Hello, and thanks for tuning in to Finance Wise, the show that empowers you to make informed decisions about your money. I'm Dantikos Jimmy Malani, and in today's episode, we'll be discussing how to draft your own business plan. A well-written business plan is the first and most important step an entrepreneur should take when embarking on a new business venture. In today's program, we outline to you exactly how to draft your business plan, how to pitch it to investors, how to forecast earnings, marketing plans, and other important considerations for planning in a business. Today's episode on drafting your own business plan is sponsored by the Financial Literacy Initiative. As you know from our previous episodes, the Financial Literacy Initiative was officially launched in March 2012 in order to improve financial education and consumer protection. The FLI was rolled out in 10 different regions during 2012 and will be further rolled out this year. A business plan in its simplest form is any plan that allows an entrepreneur to look ahead, allocate resources, focus on key strategies, and prepare for challenges as well as opportunities in the future. Unfortunately, there is a misconception that business plans are only required when starting a new business or applying for a business loan. The truth is, business plans are vital for running a business, whether or not the business needs a new loan. Irrespective of whether a business is at an early or advanced stage of development, a business always needs plans to guide growth and outline strategies that are priorities for the entrepreneur's desired growth objectives. Now let's see what ordinary Namibians have to say about business plans.
Do you currently own a business or hope to get into a business venture in the future?
Currently I do own a business, and hopefully I'll venture into business in other clients and stuff.
Do you have a business plan?
Yep, I do have a business plan.
Yeah, I'm currently starting with one. So it's as the future goes, I'm checking how it's gonna go.
Do you have a business plan?
Not at the moment, but I'm looking forward to having one.
Not really at the moment, but I've always wanted to cater for the orphanage. Even if it's to set up like an orphanage home where I will, take in street kids and stuff. That's my passion, is to help kids.
Do you have a business plan?
I have an idea what I want, but I don't have a business plan either.
What is a business plan?
Business plan is mostly where you, the idea of your business, how you run your business, and the whole, how to explain it, capital-wise and stuff like that, and positions of people. Like, if, in instance, if it's a trade, it's a close corporation, or if it's a sole proprietor and stuff like that.
My view of a business plan is, I don't really know much about it, but I think it's what you want to do and how you want to achieve that, and where to end, where to go. But it's just, I don't really know who to turn to.
The business plan that we have here is to cut hair so that we can benefit out of that and see what are we going to do with the business. So we do have a business plan.
Why is a business plan important for someone starting or running a business?
I think it is very important because it helps you to kind of understand the environment or the institute where you are in, and then it helps you where it kind of gives you guidance onto how to run the business as well.
It's very important because you need to know what you want to venture in. You can't just say, okay, I'm running a food store, and then I also have shoes and clothes and all this type of stuff in that I'm also selling, and it's not going in line with what it might chase away clients that want to just eat. You know what I'm saying?
A standard business plan for someone starting a new business will generally cover certain key components. These include a description or summary of the business, the product or service being offered in the market, an analysis of the current market conditions where the entrepreneur intends to sell the product or service, often referred to as a market analysis, financial forecasts, description and credential of the management team, and a financial plan or analysis. The areas covered in your business plan will vary depending on the type and nature of the business that you wish to become involved in, and therefore no two business plans are ever exactly alike. For example, the business plan for a restaurant or cafe will be different from the business plan for a car wash. The next training clip looks at the main components to drafting a business plan in more detail. If you really want to succeed in business, as in life, planning should be part of everything you do. A standard business plan will usually have the following components: an executive summary, company description, market analysis, organization and management structure, product or service, marketing and sales plan, funding request if necessary, financial projections, and an appendix. The executive summary is often considered the most important section of a business plan. It briefly highlights the overall plan, including mission statement, company information, product or services, and financial information, and is therefore the last section you should write. It should ideally be kept as short and concise as possible in order to capture the attention of the reader or potential investor. The company description provides information on what the business does and what differentiates your particular business idea from others. It also addresses the markets that the business serves, i.e., who is your product or service for. The market analysis often requires a great deal of in-depth research and detailed drafting. Before starting any business, it is important to understand the industry, market, and competition you will encounter. This will often reveal what challenges you may face and can be a deciding factor for the entrepreneur and potential investor on whether to proceed with the business or not. The market analysis can include the size of the primary target market, potential market share you expect to gain, pricing, competitive analysis, and any regulatory restrictions. The product or service line simply answers the question, what do you sell and how is it beneficial to the customer? The marketing plan describes how the entrepreneur plans to market and advertise the business, as well as the sales strategy. The sales strategy can include the planned sales force and how they will reach customers, as well as other sales activities. The funding request section of the business plan is for those seeking financing from an external party in order to start their business. Here, the entrepreneur should highlight the current funding requirements, any future requirements over the next 5 years, and exactly how the funds will be used. The financial projections should be developed after the entrepreneur has analyzed the market and estimated how much revenue can be made on a yearly basis, based on pricing of the product or service and how many units could potentially be sold. The price and the units sold will determine revenue for the year. After this, an estimate should be made of all the costs or expenses involved in producing the good or service and getting it into the hands of customers. This includes raw materials and salaries, rent, and other operating costs. Once the revenue and costs have been estimated, one can arrive at an indication or projection of profit for at least 3 years. The financial projection is simply a planned income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statement for 3 to 5 years into the future. How do you think your business will fare financially once it is launched? This section is a very important one for potential investors or lenders. The appendix is optional but can be very useful to the reader for additional information such as detailed CVs of the founders, any permits, leases, or contracts currently held by the founder with respect to the proposed business venture. In the next clip, our resident investor Peter shows us the executive summary for his proposed car wash business as an example of how to prepare the executive summary component of your business plan. Peter's Car Wash is a hand car wash serving the Windhoek area. Peter's Car Wash is run by Peter, who has extensive experience in cleaning cars, having worked first as a car washer himself in a car wash business and then as a manager at the same business for 3 years. Peter will utilize his experience in the car wash business and his personal contacts with friends, family and acquaintances in the Windhoek area in order to attract customers to his business. Peter will also capitalize on the location of his business, situated on a main road near a popular supermarket which receives heavy traffic during the day in order to gain market share. Peter's is the only car wash within a 5-kilometer radius. The business. Peter's Car Wash provides customers with 3 services: exterior car washing, interior car washing and cleaning, and car detailing, which is the performance of an extremely thorough cleaning, polishing and washing of a vehicle both inside and outside. Detailing improves the appearance and helps to preserve the resale value of a car. Peter's Car Wash has no true competitors in the area that offer a high quality service for a reasonable price. Peter's research shows that most other car washers compete on price alone. This is what will make Peter's Car Wash stand out from the rest. In business terms, this can be called a competitive advantage. The customers. Peter's Car Wash will target 3 main types of customers: individual car owners, car dealerships, and local businesses. The surrounding area is populated by a number of office complexes housing businesses which have company cars requiring a clean appearance, as well as retail outlets frequented by daytime shoppers. This ensures a steady supply of customers. There are 2 different car dealerships within the surrounding area which also require car washing services. Peter's objective is to increase the number of customers in the business database from 200 to 300 within the first year of business. Management. Peter has completed his grade 12 education and has taken short courses in business administration and marketing in preparation to start his own business. This, in addition to his personal experience working at a car wash, puts him in a good position to run his own car wash business. Peter's Car Wash is positioning itself as the premier car wash serving the Windhoek area. Peter has forecasted a 20% market share, being the share or percentage of potential car wash customers that will utilize his service instead of the services of other car washers, and a 30% profit margin, meaning the money left over after he has paid all his expenses as a percentage of all the money he has been paid by car wash customers during the year. He expects to achieve these results by his 3rd year of business. Objectives. The business objective for Peter's Car Wash are to be viewed as a premium car wash and detail service in Windhoek, maintain a very high gross profit margin, expand to 2 locations after the 3rd year of operations. Mission. The mission of Peter's Car Wash is to provide a top quality washing and detailing service for car wash owners in the Windhoek area. Funding request. Peter's funding requirements, meaning the money that he needs for his business, is 20,000 Namibian dollars to buy an electronic car washing system. He will apply for financing for this amount with the objective of making enough profits to pay back the loan in 2 years. We asked some FLI platform partners to give us their views and advice on how to prepare a business plan. See what they had to say in the next clip.
My name is Julius Andima. I am the Entrepreneurship and Incubations Officer here at NBIC. Our institution is called NBIC, which stands for Namibia Business Innovation Center, which is one of polytechnic centers, which was established in 2010 with the aim of promoting innovation and entrepreneurship in Namibia so that it can contribute towards nation development.
What is a business plan?
A business plan is it's a written document which outlines one's business concept or business idea in details.
What are the main components of a good business plan?
What I will regard as the main component in a business plan is that first of all, each and every business plan should have a cover page which will have the business name, the promoters' names, their contact details. That should be appearing in every business plan. Secondly, the business plan should have an executive summary, which is a brief summary of the content of the business plan. And then thirdly, I would say another important component of a business plan is that a clear description of the product or services that the aspiring entrepreneur wants to venture into. So that product must be clearly defined and explained in that component. And then another component that follows up there should be a clear assessment of the market. So the aspiring entrepreneur should know how big is the market, whom are they targeting, or whom is he targeting, or whom is she targeting. That should be clearly spelled in the business plan. Let's say, for instance, if they want to venture into diaper nappies for babies, so then they should know that the customer that they are targeting, it's babies. And then they should know how many babies are out there in that particular town or location where they want to venture, so that they can be able to assess the size of the market. It's very crucial, it's very important. Once they've got those information, then another component in a business plan that is also crucial is the operational and the human resource plan. So you must know the technical aspects involved in that particular business. How do you want to do the production? What skills do you have? What expertise are you having? So all this information, you should bring it out very clearly in the business plan, so that the reader of your business plan will not doubt whether you are able to produce that particular product. And while at the same time you do market strategy, how you want to inform your targeted customers about those products and services that you are having available. What techniques are you going to use to convince people out there to buy your products? All this will be involved under the marketing strategy. And once you have done this, it is also very important that you should focus on other aspects of the competition, because you will not be the only person who will be providing that particular services. There could be other players who are providing similar or exactly the same product. So you should be aware of them, then you should have a strategy how you are gonna go around them. And then once you have put all those information in place, then there's another important aspect, which is the financials. Under the financials, you will have different components there. You will have to do your budget. That is now the capital requirements that you need in order to execute that business. It should be very clear as to how much working capital you will need in the beginning, what machineries will you need. All expenses that you will need at the beginning should be clearly stipulated or outlined in your business plan. And secondly, once you've got this, as a person that will start the business, maybe not from scratch, maybe you've got also your own funds that you want to put up as your own contribution, This you must also mention in your business plan. And then once you've got that, it means you know your own source, you know what you need if you have to borrow from financial institution, or if you have to get investors on board, then you know how much exactly do you need to execute that business. And then the other aspects under the financials, it's that number one, you should be having a sales forecast. You should put up some sales figures as to say how much will you be able to sell in the beginning, as well as the business is growing. So these figures should reflect the quantity of products that you are likely to sell. And then you must have determined a price at which you are going to sell. So if you take the quantities that you will be selling times your selling price, that will give you the sales figure for that particular month. And it's advisable that the sales figures must be done on a monthly basis, at least over a period of 12 months, reflecting what you are expecting to generate from your sales. And another focus that you need is that you need to do a cash flow statement, because you are not only selling, you will be incurring some expenses. So you need to reflect these expenses in your cash flow or in your profit and loss account. So you will be having, and this profit and the cash flow, which is similar to the profit and loss account, it has got two sections. The first part, it's now your revenue, your sales, as you have estimated it under your sales forecast that you have done already. You've got the sales figure. Then the other part is now, after you have looked at your operational expenses, then you look at all the monthly expenses that you will be incurring as part of your operational expenses. You list them down, and once you add them all, you subtract them from your sales. That will give you an indication as to whether are you running below your revenue or are you at least in balance. Although under normal circumstances, in the beginning, the first few months, sometimes you will see the business goes down under the loss, or you will have a minus, which is actually not so much of concern. So these are some of the information that you need to have in your business plan. Then the other one is the balance sheet, which is, in my view, at the beginning, it's not so important, as long as you've got records of what you have started with and what you are closing the year with. With that one, you will be able to know how much, what is the business owing, or what were the liabilities that the business has established or has come up with. So those are some of the crucial components in a business plan. However, there is also one that is underestimated most of the time. This is the action plan, or you can refer to it as an implementation plan. After you have drafted your business plan, you must know what you are going to do next. Otherwise, the business plan will just be carrying task at your desk. But if you've got an action plan, which is clearly putting out the time bound, when you want to do a specific item, and who else is to do that, whether you will do it yourself or you will outsource it, that should clearly also be stipulated under your action plan or the implementation plan. So those are the few information that is crucial in a business plan.
Now that you have some first-hand information, you can get started on drafting a business plan for your own business. Remember that there is no time like the present to start improving your financial prospects for your future. We have mentioned earlier that this episode is supported by the National Financial Literacy Initiative. The FLI has developed several street theaters which give tips on saving, budgeting, and spending in a very entertaining yet educating way. For additional information on the initiative, you can fetch one of these FLI booklets or posters at the Ministry of Finance in Windhoek, or download the FLI booklet on the website below. remember that the points made in this program are not meant to give you personal advice. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to managing your finances. The point of this program is to give you a more tangible look at how a business person or individual might implement the ideas discussed. There are many other alternatives out there, and we strongly encourage you to explore them and see what works best for you. Whatever you do, keep the principles we've discussed in mind and never stop trying to learn more. This is Dante Costumi Milani, encouraging you to get finance-wise. See you next time.